I love to fly up in the sky. Through the clouds I reach so high, climbing up to touch the light. Adventure calls me day and night. The wind, it sings a melody, guiding where I long to be. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the dream's begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the light. The stars above begin to shine, painting trails so bright and fine. Every turn brings something new, endless skies in brilliant blue. The wind, it sings a melody, guiding where I long to be. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the dream's begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the light. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the drum's begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the light.
Hello, fine people. No, shut up, music. Welcome to yet another stream, and we're back at it with the infamous Airbus A340-300 from Inibuilds. Today, we're going to take this beloved aircraft from Warsaw back to Lisbon. So this will be the first time I'm flying it to Portugal, so quite an interesting journey. This is not the paint job I wanted. I wanted the 1990s stripe, but I guess this will do for now. This is the latest paint job for this aircraft ever. Since then, the A340 has been phased out, and of course it's still missing the Air Portugal. That was when the airline had a different administration. As you can see, it also says TAP Portugal on the tail. We should be Air Portugal. The reason behind it is unknown to me. I don't know why they removed or they don't use the Air Portugal. TAP means Transportes Aéreos Portugueses, so airborne transports of Portugal, something like that, or aerial transports of Portugal. And so TAP is an acronym. So TAP is more like, you know, I understand why they put the word Portugal there, but the phrase itself, TAP, used to be written, well, not the acronym, but the extent, used to be written on a fuselage. So they wanted to shorten that up, and they did that in 1990. So it became TAP Air Portugal. Now, when they come up with this paint job, they decided, let's remove the air. I don't know why. I've heard people saying it was to save money on paint. Not sure. Sounds ridiculous if that's the point. Pode vir, na boa. Vai no jump seat. Denise here, LPCB plane spotting, says it's going to be on a jump scene. Fine with me. Now, funny story about the A340. Last time we were flying it, there's a little plus there. We were experiencing some GSX issues, if you remember. Well, apparently this plane was shipped without a GSX profile. That's why we were having so many issues. Fortunately, it seems that these issues have been resolved, or at least I've tested it and it seems resolved. So we will take a good look at this flight and make sure that today is it's going to be the day it's going to perform well. And oh, look at that! This is 777-900 or 777-9. It's not even flying yet, but they developed it to be in this. This is a static scenery, by the way. I need to remove that. Some planes are dynamic, others are static. That's a static one. So I'm not going to perform too many external checks. I was told by someone dear to me that maybe the external checks are too much, but you know, I like doing these things like opening, checking the engine. I think people like to see those things. There's a lot of panels here. They've been developed by Inibuilds for interaction, so why not check them out? You saw earlier on, I removed the engine covers. That was an option. It wasn't available when I first streamed this plane. Now it is. So these look a little weird. Not gonna move the chocks just yet. Pitot covers have been removed. There's a lot of panels here to interact with. I'm not sure if any of these. Should be a panel back here to, yeah, there it is. Ground power. This is the air extraction from the electronic compartment. Nice. All right, so enough is enough. As you can see, I've already connected the jetway, so I would need, as a pilot, to come up here and, well, this should be on the ground level. It's not, and climb these stairs and then enter through that door over there into the cockpit. But you know me, I'm David Copperfield of Flight Simulator, so let's teleport in. Wow, shebang, and we're in. All right, Denise, take your seat right over there on the back. Let's power it up. So first things first, as we all know, let me bring out my checklists. Hold on a second. There we go. So let's turn this baby on. Oh, what happened here? So first things first, battery switches. So there's two batteries in one APU battery. All right, so apparently field transfer is not connected. All right, fine with me. External power 1, external power 2, there they are. So for some reason the center tanks don't lit up without ground power. All right. Hello, Richard. Nice to see you. Yeah, it's not an explanation, Richard. I don't really understand why they removed the Air Portugal. But the most recent airplanes, I forgot to say that, the most recent TAP Air Portugal planes have now been equipped with the Air. So the most recent paint jobs include the Air Portugal. So why why did they remove it? Again, I I was told they wanted to save fuel. Sorry, on money on making the paint. I mean, you can save a lot of money in these things because they do consume. Oh, Betsy, you're home. You're here. A little dark to my taste, but you're here. Um, so is it really to save fuel or to save money, painting the planes? Maybe. Um, I'm not in the know, so I can't really tell. So one of the things I'm noticing is that we're missing the overhead brightness panel here. I'm looking for it because, I mean, the brightness is okay. I just want to tune in during flight. And there doesn't seem to be a knob here for the lights. All right, so first things first, let's connect everything. So here we go. Nice. Our flight plan has already been received. We're just going to import it. We're going to need to check if these METARs are correct. Remember, we had an issue back then. The METARs weren't being updated. We'll have a look. So let's see if now we can load with GSX.
Boarding requested.
Nice. I like when GSX actually works. All right, INS is being updated. So let's go here to our initiation page. You can see that message, wait for system response. It's because this is a modern looking MCDU using an archaic software simulation. Let's request the winds, see if this works. There it is, quite fast, doesn't need to be that fast. Initiation request. So we got Warsaw to Lisbon. Alternate is Faro. Did I forget to load the upper thingy? Yeah, I did. Sorry about that. Let me correct that. Give me a second. All right, so this is our flight EPWA to LPPT.
Hello.
Last time I forgot, it was actually the last flight I made with the iFly. No one told me. So almost the entire flight was without any in-flight information. There it is. So you should be seeing updated in a moment upstairs. All right, so we got our IRS initiation. So these are all updated with GPS position. It used to be without GPS, so it would only be using IRSs. But you know, with the introduction of GPS, things have got a little more precise. So route uplink, let's confirm it. Should see it here. There it is. The route flight plan is loaded. So let's try to request a CPDLC. Now, after talking with a lot of people, more than I enjoy talking with to get my bearings, I was told that there is a page 2, apparently, but I'm not sure that page actually exists. So here's the thing. I go to ATC menu. You see here, 1 of 2. So I'm completely missed that page. Let's see. And apparently there it is, depart request. So let's do that. So let's fill in the gaps. EPWA. Sorry. EPWA and the destination. EPWA. This is a bit more cumbersome than other ACAR systems, to be honest. LPP. This is supposed to be an older plane. So we are at gate 13, which is suitable because today is the 13th of October. So nice. Let's listen to our ATIS. So we need to turn on the radios as well as the PA system, intercom, and the cabin. Okay, so now we're going to listen to, we need to know the, this is A340-300. A340-300. Need to know the current ATC code for this airport, and we're gonna request it from EPWA. Alright, so all we need now is the ATC code, so let's tune in our ATC. Almighty Beyond ATC will tell us.
070, advise on initial contact, you have information November.
November, nice.
Exit Airport information November, 1829 Zulu, wind 280 at 8. Ceiling and visibility okay, temperature 07, 2.04, QNH 1021, landing runway 33, departing runways 29er, 33, transition level 070, advise on initial contact, you have information November.
Nice. Alright,
Exit Airport information
let's see if
November,
this works.
1829 Zulu, wind 280 at 8. Ceiling and visibility okay, temperature 07, 2.0.
You can be quiet now. Let's see if this works. Send. So you see now this apparently works. Let's see if we got a reply. And that reply will include our clearance. So guys, if you want to help the channel, on your upper right screen you get that little QR code that pops up. That's my Buy Me a Coffee link. If you guys want to use your cell phone, just scan the QR code and it'll be sent there directly. If you don't want that, you can also see in the link in the description, the link directly to my page as well as this chat. Hello Misha, nice to see you as well. So it's taking their sweet time to reply. Let's hope they do. Let's see. Just had a bing. Not sure if that's. We should receive an ATC message here, but apparently it's not. Let's see on the ACARS, see if we got anything. Actually, this plane doesn't have an ACARS. Keep forgetting about that. Well, anyway, let's take a look at our OFP so we can start inputting stuff. So we'll apparently be EPWA runway 29 and via Soxer 7 Golf. Let me check if we got. Alright, so there's an issue with the plane because I requested via Simbrief, sorry, it's Beyond ATC, and Beyond ATC just replied. So we are cleared for Lisbon Airport, runway 33 departure via SOSEC 5 kilo. So runway 33 via SOSEC 5 kilo. There it is. Alright. No transitions. Alright, we are cleared and our transponder code will be 0530. Alright, so let's set it 05. Oh, sorry, get it. Oh. Come on, get out of the way. 05 squawk 0530. Oh, sorry, this takes some more 0530. There it is. And Richard, AMC, thank you so much for your kind donation and buy me a coffee. You're always that pal that keeps just helping the channel. Thank you so much, man. It really means a lot because, you know, all the money that comes in from that platform is to reinvest to make more videos of like this. So thank you so much. Thank you really so much for your support. Always supportive. Thank you, Richard. All right, let's tune in. I'm really tired of listening to this lady. Let's tune in to clearance so that she can shut up a bit. I'm not that bad with women, right? Right, Betsy? Don't get frisky. All right, so nav upgraded. We got GPS primary. So yeah, it didn't work here. Let me just confirm my settings here, but I'm pretty sure I've got everything set up. So third-party settings. Yeah, see, I got Beyond ATC selected for my clearances. So it should work. It's not working, so a bug. So I don't have say intentions. I do have Beyond ATC. It's already connected. It gave me the clearance, but unfortunately it doesn't show here. But it did give me a clearance, but it didn't send to the plane for some reason. And it is loaded here. It's just not visible. It's loaded in Beyond ATC, just not visible in the plane. That's what I mean. Yeah, Mirsha, really looking forward, and especially with this plane, it really means something. All right, so we got our clearance. Let's go through our cockpit brief flight checklist. Parking brake is set. Right there. Flaps are up. Spoiler is retracted. Weather radar and predictive wind shear are both off. Engine masters 1 and 2, 4 are off. Engine mode selector set to norm. Thrust levers are on idle. Let's confirm, because sometimes they are not. There they are. And gear is, of course, down. We've seen the gear touching the ground earlier, and the wipers are both off. Off and off. All right, pre-flight checklist complete. Let's go through our cockpit preparation. Batteries 1 and 2 are on. External power is on both connections. Accumulation brake pressure is okay. Well, the right side is a little low, but still within normal parameters. Instrument display brightness, cockpit lights as required. It has been done. APU fire tests. Let's go make some noise. Fire test. All right. We should be looking down here. Let me see if I can do it for you two guys to see. For you guys. Oh, it's not easy because I need to zoom out all the way back. And we should press the button and look down. Let's see if I can use track IR. Maybe I can do it with track IR. Hold on. Yeah, let's see. Press the button and look down. There it is. We got APU fire and both master warnings flashing and release. It's all right. All right, so now cruise supply is set. Cockpit voice recorder. Where is it? On this plane is a little different. There it is. Test complete. ADIRs 1, 2, and 3 are set to nav. External lights. Let's set wing, nav, and logo. Wing light on. Nav logo is set to 1. Done. No smoking. Portable devices all set to auto. Well, I think we need to put it on, right? Emergency exit lights are armed. Annunciator lights checked as requested. Well, not request. APU available. APU bleed is not yet available. We'll start in a moment. AC temperatures as required. Ecam page elec. We got some warnings here. We'll clear them out. Come on. All right, here we go. So we go to elec page, and now we switch off battery 1. This is not elec. Where's elec? There it is. Battery 1 is off. Aircraft maintains power. Let's go battery 2. So we turn on battery 1, battery 2. Same voltages on all systems. Now let's go battery, APU battery. This one is supposedly a backup system, so it's not even relevant. Fuel pumps set on. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 10. Done. Engine fire test. Let's go. This is more noise. There's only one button. Alright, engine 1, 2, engine 1 and 2 fire. Both master warnings are set. Release. Flight directors both on. Bang and bang. Barrel reference 1021 and cross check set. EFIS. So let's set our 180 for departure for now. And arc set to 10. Arc 10 constraint set. Speed as required. Heading not heading is managed. Altitude, let's set minimum altitude of 10,000 for now. Radio has been set up. MCU data check. MCDU set up. We already done that as well. So remember, guys, checklists are like memory items. So sorry about that. Reset track are like memory items. So that means that you are running the checklist to confirm stuff you should have already done. So, oh really? You did a full flight from Toronto to Lisbon, AMC. That's remarkable. Kudos to you to go online, well, flying for that amount of time. Takeoff briefing. Betsy, you would like the takeoff briefing? Oh my God, she doesn't. She hates me. All right, our squawk has been set, so cockpit preparation complete. Let's go for the pre-start. So we got everybody on board. Let's start our APU. Let's get this show on the road. So wait for 3 seconds and press APU start. Clear the elec page. Clear the sys page. STS. So there's a status page has some items there that are only available because the plane hasn't started yet. So we're waiting for, the flap is open, we're waiting for the APU to start. Let's go and pick up our charts for this flight. So takeoff performance, before I forget. Let's do things in the sequence. So APWA, let's pin our departure. Let's pin our EP. What's our departure? SOSEC 5 kilo. Where's that 5 kilos? BAMSO 5 kilo. SOXER 5 kilo. There it is. Alright, so this is our departure here. We'll keep it for our departure, so let's pin this one and let's also get the airport reference. So should be, these are all briefings, briefing, there it is. So this is where we are. Our departure runway is this one right here, so we're gonna have to make this long taxi. And I'm not sure if we can go through here, so I think this is an airbase, so we need to make a right-hand turn and then all the way here to the tip of runway 233. And remember, this plane does need the full length of the runway. So, yeah. That was a message here. Oh. Alright, so we got everything set for our departure. We got our APU, so let's bleed our APU to our engines. Let's remove ground control. We got everything set up. Disconnect external power. There it is. We can hear the APU wind blow. All right, our takeoff performance. Now this is important. So let's, does it sync with yeah, there it is. Sync weather. Calculate. All right, so flex 53, V1 is 145, VR is 150, V2 is 156. Our flaps 1 and our THS or trim is 5.1 up. So let's see, can we transfer this to our FMGS? We can, as sir. Yes, sir. Let's go to our performance. There it is. Runway 33. So it's not sending. Can you send, please? It's one of those situations you really need to press. Yeah, it is. All right, 145. Come on. Do I need to write it down? 145. Come on. Not allowed. What the heck? Send to FMGS. All right. 15. It's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. So 156 and 150. Need to fill this in by hand. 150. The flaps 1. It's also not there. So flaps 1 and 5.1 up. So flaps 1, 5.1 up. Don't tell me format error. All right. And flex to temperature is going to be 53. So it's not linking. Not allowed. What is it doing there? So do we have a TO shift? No, we do not. Takeoff shift. All right, so pre-start checklist. APU master is set. APU to start. MCDU weights are inserted. Oh, no, it's not. Sorry about that. So let's go to init. There it is. So let's go here to our mass and balance. So we got 0 fuel weight 134.8 slash RCG is 28.0. As for our fuel, we got 8,000 fuel. So yeah, this plane takes a lot more than that. Is it our planned fuel? Sorry, say 8.0. 8,000 confirmed. So if it loaded with GSX, it's probably correct. No, it's not. Look at that. We need 29 tons. Again, another issue here. So let's go to fueling. All right, instant load. Let's not waste time. There it is, 29,000. All right, so now we gotta set this one here, 29.0. All right, we got, oh my, 1 hour, almost 2 hours of extra fuel. All right, so V speeds, let's go back to performance. V1 is 145, VR is 150, V2 is 156. External power is off, seatbelt signs are on, air conditioning as required. Pre-start checklist complete. Let's call in our guys in the ground, tell them that we are about to scram. We are going to leave. Let us go. So, where is it? GSX, there we go. So, let's,
Refueling truck is on its way.
no, it's not. No, it's not. Please don't. Off. Prepare for pushback and departure. Oh my god, is it going to refuel actually? We already have 29 tons. This is the problem, I'm putting everything on auto. It is a slow climber. Where's the fueling truck? Come on, I'm wasting my APU power and fuel.
Fuel truck is in position.
You saw me. I pressed load fuel instantly, but it decided that it needed to call the fuel truck anyway. Betsy, I can guarantee these things don't happen that often. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. So ground equipment. Let's close the door. We can also remove the GPU, the ACU. Let's just wait for the fuel. Yeah, refueling progress. Oh my God. Refueling what? It's adding more fuel? No, it wasn't 29 tons. What is it doing? Why did it went back? And now it's getting more fuel. At least it's going fast. So 1,000 to go. Let's see if it stops. Yeah, all right. So not as bad as having to refuel everything again. Push back and start checklist. So windows are closed, the pin is inserted, and the pin is inserted. Cockpit door is closed, and it will be locked as it is right now. Fuel pumps are on, beacon on. Steering pin, let's wait for it. Come on. Come on. Oh, refueling bill is $4,780. Anybody wants to pay up? Well, what just happened? Look at that. That's a very poor way to put your jetway. Alright, as long as I'm cleared. Alright, we just...
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Yeah, I can't see you, but you're somewhere over there. Alright. Let's load a little light here. Let's go.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Alright, let's call for start and push. Should go to ground.
Portugal 221 heavy, Voxy ground, pushback approved. Face southeast.
Southeast.
Pushback approved, face southeast. Air Portugal 221 heavy.
So at least GSX
Locking gear.
is working-ish. I love how the colors. There are two greens, one blue and one yellow. It's really cool for the hydraulics. No, the most recent Airbuses are no longer. Well, they are coded, color coded, but they're not depicted like that on the panel anymore. So we are to face southeast. So southeast.
Release parking brakes, please.
Parking brake released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at fill.
All right. So the normal procedure for the 330 used to be Starting 3, 4, 1, 2. But since recently we talked about this in previous streams, Airbus is now requesting or implementing or mandating that all engines start from left to right because of ground security concerns. So this is what we're going to do. Let's put this on left side. So engine 1 starting. Oh, and we concluded a pre-start checklist with bypass pin inserted. So steering pin inserted, transponder set to auto. There it is in TARA. Clock, let's put the clock to work. Doesn't happen that often in this channel because I keep forgetting. Oh, come on. There it is. Parking brake is not required. Engine mode selector starts, so we're starting our check procedure, and as soon as that is over, we'll continue on with the checklist. So we got a zero fuel weight or ZFCG disagree. We'll take a look at that after we start the engines. AP engine 1 available is start number 2. Actually, the 340 can actually start 2 engines at once.
Ramp 6 full right. Request pushback and engine start.
So let's see what we got. Fueling, we got 29,000, and we'll. All right, so we need to review this on our performance page. Parking brakes is set.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Yeah, we just need to wait. So 2 is spooling. We need to clear this. You can disagree. Let's go to performance. Actually, we're going to initiation, and what do you mean not allowed? What's going on here? I need my fuel page. What do you mean not allowed? Well, seems like we're going to have an issue here, so let's start number 3. Status is gone, at least. There's a lot of engines to start, so might as well just clear the ground crew while we're at it. Oh, out here.
Swiss 6 Yankee Lima, request taxi to the active.
Swiss 6 Yankee Lima, runway 29, a taxi via Mike 3 Echo 1 Echo.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start.
Starting number 3.
For Swiss 6 Yankee Lima.
Yeah, aircraft damage in the making. You're right. I mean, that gate was really off, that jetway, I mean. See how slow these engines are to start. These are standard CFM engines that you would find on an Airbus 320, I kid you not. Same exact engine.
Unlocking gear.
Only there's 4 of them. Starting number 4. These airplanes used to turn off one engine during taxi, but I'm not going to do that. Especially because it takes an awful lot of time to turn them on, as you can see.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Copy.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Thank you. It's like I'm speaking with the decade. Not the deck agent. Deck is the military term. The apron agent, but I'm not. It's just role playing if you want. There she is. Show me the pin. You got the pin. Thank you. Still starting number 4. So you see how slow this plane does things. All right, Number 4 is available, set back to normal. Let's see if I can now go to my performance initiation. Nope, still not allowed. So I can't really clear that. So APU bleed off, APU master switch to off. NTI is not required, not with this external. Yeah, +7, no need. Before taxi checklist, auto brake set to max. Spoilers are armed. Flaps set for takeoff, so we set flaps 1. Flight controls, let's check. Full deflection left and neutral. Full deflection right, neutral. Full pitch up, neutral. Full pitch down, neutral. Full rudder left, neutral. Full rudder right, neutral. Flight controls have been checked. Let's set the pitch trim. Let's go back to our performance page. Pitch trim should be 5.1. It's currently 6, so let's nosedive a little bit. Oh, too much. 5. Oh, come on. Flight controls. There. Oh, too much. A little less. There it is. 5.1 up. Pitch trim set. That's the rudder trim set to 0. Press reset. Done. Steering pin has been removed. Before taxi checklist complete. Let's call in to taxi to runway.
Air Portugal 221 Heavy, ready to taxi to the active.
Air Portugal 221 Heavy, runway 33 taxi via Mike 2, 02 Oscar 2 Alpha 4. Hold short runway 29er.
Alright, we'll taxi to runway 33 via Mike 2, 02 Oscar 2 Alpha 4. Hold short runway 29 Air Portugal 221 Heavy.
Alright, taxi checklist, taxi nose light, runway.
Now current, QNH 1021.
1021 set. Runway turn off lights on, strobe set to auto. It was on auto already. Parking brake is going to be off and takeoff config. We're going to check that in a moment. So let's go. Parking brake off. And we are rolling. So let's press our takeoff config. There it is. So we need to go through mic 02, O2 and A4. So I need to confirm that with my map system here. So we need to turn right here, see here, mic 2 and 02. So we need to get out of the apron area. So let's turn in here. Let's remove this for your viewing pleasure. Remember, this plane is a little big, so no need to turn right on the yellow line. It used to be the case in the old school. They used to tell pilots you need to make that line run through your legs, and I've said this on this channel as well because that was the way I was also taught. But things have changed because, you know, nowadays airports are built for large planes, not and larger than most planes actually. So we need to go forth and hold up there when that flashing red light. So let's go through the before takeoff checklists already so we can prepare the plane. So cabin crew will be notified in a moment. Exterior lights will set. Nose wheel lights to take off. We will set that. NTI is not required. PAC's not required. TCAS, it's already on TARA. Weather radar and predictive wind shear will be set to on, and weather mode as required, and takeoff memo no blue. Alright, so let's stop up ahead on the second threshold. So the first threshold, this one here is for Cat 2, 3, and the other one's for Cat 1. This is where we're going to stop. This airport apparently only does Cat 2, so there's a Cat, or this runway at least. So let's all wait here. And let's call it in to say that we're ready to cross.
Air Portugal 221 Heavy, holding short 29er.
Air Portugal
Don't you
221
just
Heavy,
love
cross runway
Betsy's
29 at
voice?
Alpha 4. Continue taxi via Alpha 4 Alpha, Alpha 5 Alpha 6 Alpha 8.
Whew.
Cross runway 29er at Alpha 4. Continue taxi via Alpha 4 Alpha, Alpha 5 Alpha 6 Alpha 8 Air Portugal 221 Heavy.
Let's carry on with the taxi. As a rule of thumb, I do this. I was always taught that runway lights are to use when on a runway, even if it's just passing by. Imagine there's a plane out there with Nordo or without radios, and he wants to land. Emergency, man, on an emergency. I need to make my plane very visible to him. I'm not turning on the strobes. They are on auto, but at least the landing lights should be on. And as a rule of thumb, although Beyond ATC doesn't enforce that, you should always say runway vacated once you cross it. Also, another thing, when you stop, like on a hold, you should turn off your taxi light. No need to have the taxi lights on. They should only be on and the runway turn off as well when the plane is moving. Oh, I wish Andrew were here. There's a 757, the DHL 757 there. You can see there's a plane on the approach. So we're going a little fast, 25 knots ground speed on the taxi is a little bit too much. So you see, this is not a, I said this would be a military base, it's not, it's just a cargo area. My bad. So we just need to go forth and then turn right as required. So look at that. So
That's 3859, ramp November 50, request pushback.
there's actually a 767.
That's 3859, Oxy ground, pushback approved.
There's an ASL 737.
Pushback approved, face of west, that's 3859.
Yeah. So I don't know why. I see some people online. Oh, there's a FedEx 737. I see some people flying online, and they only turn on the runway lights while aligning. I understand this is probably like a mnemonic or something. So let's run the
221 heavy, contact Hotel Tower 118.305, have a good evening.
Over to Tower 118.305 Air Portugal 221 Heavy.
All right. Before takeoff checklist, cabin crew notify. Wait here on the Cat 1 holding point. There's a plane landing anyway, so we're not gonna go just yet. External lights, let's confirm we got everything we need. So strobe is on, auto beacon is on, wing on, nav 1, runway turn off. We just don't have landing or taxi to take off, nose to take off. Nose wheel lights to take off, not just yet. NTI is not required, PAC not required. TCAS is already on. TARA, weather radar, system 1, and predictive. Oops, not predictive, this one's predictive. Predictive wind shear, weather mode not required, and takeoff memo status, no blue. We're fully ready, let's call it in.
Air Portugal 221 Heavy, ready for departure. Runway 33.
Air Portugal 221 Heavy, Oxy Tower, wind 280 at 8, runway 33.
No delay, let's go.
Takeoff. Traffic 6 mile final. No delay.
Runway 33 cleared for takeoff. No delay. Air Portugal 221 Heavy.
So it's going to be a rolling takeoff. Remember, this plane needs a lot of power to take off. Lady in the ATC doesn't know what she's asking me, but let's do that. It's probably going to be a go around for that guy. Let's hope not. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. There we go, rolling. 50%. Now look how much runway I will need to make this guy take off. Flag set, SRS runway. Just listen to the sound. Oh, forgot the clock. There we go. Look at that. Look at the speed. Still going. Still no V1. Here we go. V1 almost.
V1.
Rotate. Get off the ground. Here we go. Positive rate. Gear up. Gear coming up. I'm not going to take the flaps out just yet, because I need those flaps to climb. As you can see, I'm reducing thrust a little bit. Thrust climb. That sound was the...
Portugal 221 Heavy, reset transponder, squawk 0530.
Stand by.
Squawk 0530, Air Portugal 221 Heavy.
It is. 0530.
Portugal 221 Heavy.
Weird.
Warsaw departure.
Speed check, flaps up.
135.93.
Contact Warsaw departure 135.93, Air Portugal 221 Heavy.
Some little quirks this plane has.
Warsaw departure, Air Portugal 221 Heavy, 2,600 feet.
Air Portugal 221 Heavy, Warsaw departure identified. Climb to flight level 190.
190.
Climb to flight level 190, Air Portugal 221 Heavy.
So let's turn left. Still on manual because I want to feel the plane. St. Emirates. So Emirates Airlines, they force pilots to engage autopilot on full flight. So as soon as they touch off, as soon as they start climbing, autopilot on. The autopilot only comes off when they are about to land, period. Everything else is managed, every single aspect of flight is managed, so with autopilot on. Don't know why, probably for efficiency, not sure. We can connect our autopilot now, running the checklists. Autopilot on, climb, altitude is armed, nav, thrust to climb. After takeoff checklist, gear is retracted, flaps up retracted, spoilers disarm, thrust set to climb, confirmed, autopilot as required, nose wheel lights off and nose and runway turn off lights off. After takeoff checklist complete. So let's turn off track IR as well. Passing transition altitude set to standard. Done. So let's take a look at our departure now. So here we are, we just left our beautiful Warsaw runway and now we're going through Makos. So WA 802, then Makos, then Soxer. Let's confirm that with our own flight plan. Makos and Soxer, so fine and dandy. Passing 10,000 feet, external lights off. Oh, landing lights off. So, climb checklist, barrel at transition altitude set to standard, confirmed, anti-ice not required, EFIS as required, weather radar is set, above 10,000 feet, landing lights are off, wing lights to off. Don't know why you turn off the wing lights, but alright. And seatbelt signs as required, climb checklist complete. Alright, now we just need to enjoy the flight. You still behind there, Dinesh? You still back there? Dinesh said, LPCB spotting, he said that you would sit on my jump seat for today, so So here's Betsy. She's a little dark. If I turn on... Oh, where is the... Oh... So where's the dome light? Oh, there it is. Can we see Betsy? Oh, there you are, in full glory. You look like a blonde. She's not a blonde, by the way. She's got brown hair, but she looks like a blonde. Nice. Oh, there's the negotiator lights. I've been looking for this for forever. You see, the 340 is a little different because number one, it has these 4 engines. So the APU test used to be up here, APU fire extinguisher, and it's pushed to this side, and that forces a lot of things to be compacted and sent to the other side. This is one of them. It's compacted right there, and I didn't see the annunciator lights anywhere. Now I found it. All right, we got some very nasty crosswind from the right. We are reaching our set flight. Oh, just needs to be off. We're reaching our flight level 190 as set by ATC. I've been looking forever for A340-300 checklists, and I just can't find them. I found... So we're probably going to be handed over.
Russell Control, Air Portugal 22 on heavy, crossing flight level 164 for flight level 190.
Contact Warsaw Approach 129.3 for travel 73057.
Air Portugal 22 on heavy, Russell Control, radar contact declined to flight level 400.
Climb to flight level 100, Air Portugal 22 on heavy.
40,000 feet, so flight level 400. So what's your next destination, Richard, out of Lisbon? If you're flying out of Lisbon, of course, maybe you want to do another flight. So guys, this is the Inibuilds A340-300. Plane was released last week. My first stream didn't go that well. Plane had a lot of issues with TSX especially. The flight itself went well. A bit of a hard landing, but nothing serious. I think the flight controls needed some tweaking, especially the lateral control, so the roll. But the plane appears to be a lot better. So we are exiting, as you can see, the SID. So goodbye to Poland. We're going to prepare our approach in a moment for Lisbon. Let's get to our en route map. And as you can see, we are going off from Poland to Austria, then Germany, France, North Spain, and finally Lisbon. The ideal flight, you would think, would be a direct line, right? But you need to, number one, you need to get the best winds. So I think Simbrief takes that into account. And sometimes it's also about corridors, so like European corridors. I would definitely prefer to go through Madrid, because this will get me about half an hour, maybe more, 45 minutes more of flight. But we are going to accelerate time, of course, so don't worry about that. We'll accelerate in a moment. So this plane does not have oh, should be real world, but let's not turn that on because we're we are making well, Poland makes a border with Ukraine, so we'll probably be affected with that. But let's not turn it on now because I don't know, it could be unpredictable. We talked about GPS jamming. It is a cool feature, but I'm afraid sometimes it's a little bit overwhelming for someone flying solo like I am. It needs like a very cool, a very well-coordinated crew, something I do not have, obviously. Sorry, Betsy, it's just the truth. You know it. I mean, you're right there in the dark, you don't even care. Yeah, talking about you. Face the front, that's it. She hates me. Let's go back to routing. So we're expecting Zamax 2 Alpha for runway 02. Let's set that up. Yeah, I'm not sure why I'm not allowed to go back to the performance page. It's really weird, to be honest. So ILS 02, VX Zamax 2 Alpha. Probably going to take PSX. So let's set that up. Insert. Let's go for the performance. Next phase. Next phase. Next phase. So this is the performance for Lisbon Airport. Let's pick up our trusty weather prediction from Simbrief, because I don't trust that METAR source. It's outdated. So I'm going to make, in order to show you that, I'm going to make a comparison. So my flight, so here's the METAR for Lisbon. Let's refresh it. Let's play fair. All right, so let's compare. I wonder, maybe it's been fixed, but I don't think it has. So last METAR, you see it's 1 hour late. So it's 1800 Zulu. I already have one for 1900 Zulu. Let's see. At 1800 Zulu, correct 310 at 7, KVOC 2511 1015, correct. But look at this, a lot has changed. Now it's 10 knots, the temperature dropped to 23, and the QNH is 1016. So this METAR is not correctly being updated, and it's not just in this airplane. A lot of different flight simulator airplanes are not updating METARs correctly. It's like it loads one, but then once you request to update, it doesn't. So be very careful when flying and having outdated METARs, because 1 degree off can mean a huge difference. So QNH 1016 for Lisbon. Temperature is 23. We will of course update this. Winds not correct, 320 at 10. And that's it. So we got our transition altitude at 4,000 feet. VAP is 137 knots. And now we're just going to need to configure our plane. So let's go config 3. You know I'm a sucker for config 3. And our radio altimeter for the minimums in Lisbon is always 200. So let's turn on our flap mode to off. And we are set. We'll update, of course, in a moment. So we can turn off our seatbelt signs for our passengers. No need to have them sitting. Oh, I almost messed up real bad, because while I was zooming, I moved this knob for landing elevation. You should always keep it on auto. remember the last video about the 737. Alright, let's turn this on and let's put our seatbelt signs to off for now. The wet compass is lit as well. Oh, this vane is not lit, so when we turn this light off here, light here, so it should turn on the standby compass as well as the ice indicator. So what is it? This is a little vane here that's illuminated, and if there's ice formation, well, if there's no ice, you should see a little light, a dim light here. But if there's ice, you no longer see it, then you will have ice forming. But I'm not sure that's the, well, we got ISA -3, so it's probably forming ice. So that could be the case. Let's take a look outside through, let's see if we have ice accumulation on the wings. Sorry about the ghosting, you know the drill. No ice, not discernible at least. Looks okay. So, turn off the wing lights. Yeah, so probably not modeled. That little vane here, you can barely see it here. That little vane should be illuminated, but it's not. So guys, once more, sorry to plug this all the time, but if you really want to help the channel, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, share with your friends if you like what you see, and always remember to enjoy and come chat with us. If you're willing to, you can also help me via Buy Me a Coffee. Remember, this channel is non-profit. YouTube demands a certain dimension, a certain size for a channel to be monetized. So currently my page is not monetized, so not my page, my you know, the channel, yeah, that's the word. Channel is not monetized, so if you are willing to help, I'm more than happy if you do so. I already have to thank my good friend Richard here that already helped the channel. Mirsha is my trusted moderator. I don't have many people watching for now, but let's imagine this channel does grow. I do need my trusted moderators. All right, I think it's about a good time we start accelerating, right? So let's go 4 times acceleration for now. There we go. So we're now at Mach 4 something. Mach, well, it's 4 times 800 Mach, 800, so it would be Mach 3.2, something like that. I did, Mirsha. I did, you can see here. So there's the elapsed time that we should... Oh, that was scary. There's the elapsed time that we should start when out of the gate, and there's the flight time on the takeoff roll. So yeah, I did forget. So if you remember in the first flight, we had a big list of, well, of 3 or 4 items here that were not malfunction. It was like an ECAM status warning on the status. And when we went here on the status page, it was also there. So it was like standing on that right column over there. So what happened? Yeah, what the heck happened here? Did it switch? Is this a feature? What just happened? It switched. You guys can see it. It switched upper for lower ECAM. I never seen this. Oh, destination expected fuel on board below minimums. That's because it's miscalculating the fuel, but it's all right. It will. It's probably because we're getting some strong winds, yeah. But as soon as we hit cruise and then we start getting closer to our destination, this will be recalculated. No problem. How about this? I need to investigate. How the heck did I do this? Double press. Nothing. Double press recall. Nothing. Double press clear. Nothing. Press and hold. Nothing. I'm going to need to go online and check this. Give me a moment. This has never happened to me, by the way. I've never seen this in my Airbus history. So apparently there's an ECAM switching. Oh, did I flip that switch? Switching. No, there's no such thing as switching.
Centre on 125.8 Air Portugal 221 heavy. Have a good evening. Radar radar. Air Portugal 221 heavy. Flight level 400.
Air Portugal 221 heavy. Radar radar. Identified.
I'm still here. I'm just searching online for answers. I've never seen this happening. As far as I know, you can only change. Right, see you later, Richard, and thank you again. As far as I know, you cannot change anything on the upper ECAM at all. So to do this, it must be a bug. I can't see it any other way. It's got to be a bug. And I don't know how to come out of that. So, yeah. How do I do this? How do I go back to? This feels so damn wrong. Actually, these switches aren't working. I just noticing that. So we can't really switch. Well, it does give you a warning of switching, but man, I just pressed the status button. I didn't do anything else. And I pressed it twice, and this happened? It's gotta be a bug. There's no other way to put it. Alright, so let's see where we are right now. So we're still in Germany. Actually, yeah, still in Germany. I said we were going through Austria, but Austria is down here now. We're going directly through Germany. One of the flights I'll make in the future is going to Denmark. I'm trying to recreate all the places I've been. So outside from Luanda, which I don't intend to go anyway, I will go to Aarhus in Denmark, a very small airfield, so definitely not the A340 there, probably an A320 or an A319. I'll also go to Nantes in France, again, not a big airport, but pretty cool anyway. All the other airports I've been have already. Oh, in Schiphol, I've not, but I don't have the Schiphol scenery yet. I'm not even sure there's a good scenery for Amsterdam Schiphol. I need to search. So how about you, Mirsha? When are you starting? I mean, I got Richard to fly. What about you? When are you virtually flying? So we go switching. We are now switching radar control. Alright, while we're at it, a lot of people ask me to visit the cabin. Apparently it's a feature people like to see. So let's do that. So I'll see you in a moment, Betsy. Please take good care of our plane here. First, let me turn on the dome light because I can't see Zippo. There we go. Alright, so this is the flight deck. Spacious, 2 jump seats. Well, 1 jump seat and 1 full seat. There's the, I don't know if anything is underneath here, like on the A350 that you can visit the computer room. It probably is, but it's not visible. You can't visit it on the A340. So we're coming back here, and the noise can be overwhelming on the cockpit. Here's a loo. You saw the iFly. It was really cool. So you can raise the toilet seat and all that. And there's a fake mirror. That looks very realistic. So in order to close it, it's hard to see. So I said in the last A340 stream that there's no crew lounge, but I was wrong. There is. Not sure if it's true here. Probably not. I think it's somewhere. So this is the main lavatory for the crew. So this is the first class cabin. There's a nice little... I can't move forward. Now I can again. Oh, it stops. I wonder why it stops. Beautiful first-class cabin. I mean, I still remember these old Airbus style lights. I remember flying on the early... I never flew the 340. You know, what's... Sometimes it looks like we just can't move forward. Come on. Just reaches a spot here. I don't know what's going on, but I'm floating midair. So I think the crew rest is somewhere in the middle of the plane, isn't it? No, out here. It's gotta be up front. I just didn't find it. On the 350s, right aft of the cockpit. Maybe the 340-300 didn't have a crew rest, which I found very hard to believe. I could swear I saw a video of the crew rest. Is it this door here? Maybe it's this door. It doesn't open though. And we can clip through it, can we? No, we can't. No, that's the O2 in extinguisher. Well, if there is a crew rest, it's well hidden. Some airplane had the crew rest entry through halfway on the plane, so mid-plane. Man, I gotta reduce the noise. It's too noisy inside. I really need to reduce the noise. And it's a bit off to travel through the cabin because there's so many obstacles, invisible obstacles. And goddamn, this this is too freaking noisy. Let's see if we can reduce the noise a little bit. So this one? No. 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 Ah, golly, that was too loud. Much better. So we're still going over France, probably going to be handed over to France. Still over Germany, I mean, being handed over to France in a moment. Brussels, yeah. We're going to touch the tip of Belgium.
Brussels Control, Air Portugal 221 Heavy, flight level 400.
There's Iceland. I need to go back to Iceland one of these days. So anybody want to join in the chat, feel free if you want to ask any questions about About me, about the channel, about the Inibuilds 340, about all the other jets I fly. I have to apologize, my last stream wasn't up to par. I really don't like when things go wrong. It went very wrong. The iFly 737 is a great plane, 737 MAX. It needs some work in certain areas. There are some aspects of it that there are some aspects of it that I don't really like, but it is a great plane to fly, and I'm sure that our good friends at iFly will do a great job like they did in the past. I'm a great fan of iFly. I flew their 737NG to exhaustion. It was my favorite airplane ever. Yeah, there was some issues, like, you know, there's always some issue here and there on every plane, but I honestly loved that 737NG. As for the 737 MAX, you must understand that they built that plane for MFS 2020, so a lot of features needed to be updated to 2024. They tried their best to do so, but as far as I know, it's still ongoing. They will update the plane. They're working on it. It's just taking their sweet time to do it because of many reasons. Mostly, as far as I know, they are facing some issues with the latest service packs, service updates for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. So a lot of things won't work. I asked about the electronic flight bag. They didn't give me an answer, so I suppose it's probably in the works, but they just don't want to talk about it. It's fully understandable. And I mean, it's been a ride for them, I suppose, because they were off for so many years. They did the 737. I think they did a 747. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm mistaken, but I think they did another plane in between the 737NG, and that was back in FSX P3D. So a long time ago. And then they show up again on MFS 2020 with the huge task of making the 737 MAX. Kudos to them. They did a good job regardless. Some things I don't like. I was honest, as I always were. Flight 1, when they grant me the opportunity to review the plane, I told them, but man, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest with my reviews, as I always am. I don't like to see, not all sites will do that, but I don't like to see some sites, some platforms, some YouTubers just saying wonders about the products just because they got it for free. I understand why they do it. You feel like you're obliged, but come on, let's be honest here and let's tell people what's true. I saw, and I'll give you an example, not even related with flight simulation. There's this hype around the game called Battlefield 6, so it's an action game, a war game. It's not my cup of tea. It used to be my cup of tea. I used to love those types of games, not anymore. But I saw so much hype around that game, and everybody was saying the game is absolutely wonderful. It's Call of Duty Destroyer. But then the game was released. The game was released, everybody was saying great stuff still, and they still are to this day, but they're only focused on the multiplayer. And I'm not saying electronic arts makes people say things they don't want to, because that will be an accusation, and I don't want to make any unfounded accusations because I got no evidence. But it's really strange to see that, yes, the multiplayer sounds fun. I'm not sure. I mean, it gotta be fun. to have so many people, 700,000 people playing just on Steam. But then, if you read between the lines, you'll see that the single-player campaign sucks, at least according to people that played it. So you see, you have to be honest. You can't just say the game is awesome. I used to review games for a living, by the way. So I know what I'm talking about. I know how to review stuff. I know how to look at things in a constructive way. And I honestly think that time compression was disabled.
Contact Paris Control 126.475 Yellow Tail 9 Golf Echo Heavy.
Now it's on. It was disabled for some reason. So if you want to talk about stuff and you want to be honest, I mean, you really need to tell it as it is. And I told it as it is for the 737 MAX. I'm sorry, I really wanted to love that plane, and I think I will at some point in time after the next update they're planning for so long. But like I said, some things are inexcusable. The errors I got while on approach were so overwhelming, and being solo, just one pilot flying, I was overwhelmed. There's no other way to say it. And I felt very disappointed. Just as I am disappointed every time one of my favorite aircraft is released and there's a bug or two that just makes flying impossible or very hard to do. This was my fear with the Inibuilds A340 because I've been through the Inibuilds A350 and that was a mess. They released a very buggy plane back then. But I think they learned their lesson. They have to learn their lesson, right? They have to understand that you need to launch a good product day one. And they released this plane with few bugs. You're just seeing one just right here. So for some reason my upper ECAM got traded with the lower ECAM. So it looks this funky. I don't know how. I don't know why. I pressed this button more times than I wanted to. There's no switch, so before you say anything, there's no switch here to switch upper to lower. You have the switching, yes, but this is not for the visual. This is for the system. So either you can say the flight manager on normal, or both on 1 or both on 2, stuff like that. There's no upper to lower ECAM switch. There are the more modern planes will have something like that. So let's say your oh, well done. I think I found it. Here it is. DMC selector, but it's funky. All right, this switching is working. What about this one? Yeah, something triggered the off and on. So this is like the 330, and I completely forgot to look into this. What about here? Do we have any switch? We can switch a PFD to ND, that's alright. If it's DMC, let's see, normal, 3, 2, no. So something triggered this switching.
Press control, Air Portugal 221 heavy, flight level 400.
So something's triggered this switching, and now there's no way to revert it. I wonder if this is a bug. Let me make a real quick search.
Portugal 221 heavy. Contact Press Control 123.75.
Contact Breast control 122
Switching to breast
Air
control.
Portugal 221 heavy. Breast control, Air Portugal 221 heavy, flight level 400.
Air Portugal 221 heavy, breast control, radar contact.
Yeah, not seeing anything.
Breast control.
It's gotta be like a very obscure issue. If no one can,
Whiskey Foxtrot, breast control.
if no one saw it first. I've never seen this. So if anybody out there reading, watching this stream in the chat, if anybody knows how to switch it back upper to lower, let me know. I've tested this, not working. I can do this, but can't do anything else. So as usual, I'll make a small break now. We're about 20 minutes out from Lisbon, or at least from Portugal at least. So I'll be right back.
Control KLM 1697, good evening, flight level 370.
KLM 1697, breast control, identified. Contact breast control 124.8. Syndrome 124.8, Ryanair 23 Echo Papa.
Breast control, quality 4 Victor Quebec, flight level 249er.
Quality 4 Victor Quebec, breast control, radar contact, continue climb to flight level 300.
Continue climb to flight level 300, quality 4 Victor Quebec. Ryanair 80 Mike Tango, flight level 170.
Ryanair 80 Mike Tango, burst control, radar contact. Continue climb to flight level 380.
Continue climb to flight level 380, Ryanair 80 Mike Tango.
Portugal 221 Heavy, contact burst control 124.725.
Contact breast control 124.725 Air Portugal 221 Heavy. Breast control, Air Portugal 221 Heavy, flight level 400.
Air Portugal 221 Heavy, breast control, radar contact. Ryanair 7736, contact breast control 127.2, have a good evening. Center on 127.2, Ryanair 7736, have a good evening. Air Portugal 221 Heavy, contact Madrid Center 118.275.
Contact Madrid Center 118.275 Air Portugal 221 Heavy, bye-bye. Madrid Center, Air Portugal 221 Heavy, flight level 400.
Air Portugal 221 Heavy, Madrid Center, radar contact. Madrid Center, Iberia 3118, good evening, flight level 087. Iberia 3118, Madrid Center, radar contact.
Madrid Center, Ryanair 14 Sierra Delta, flight level 390.
Ryanair 14 Sierra Delta, Madrid Center, radar contact. Foxtrot, contact breast control 123.75.
Center on 123.7, 5 Griffin 78 Foxtrot.
So I was just updating the nav data for the weather data for Lisbon. So we're almost crossing the border with Portugal. Mircha was our host for a moment there. This pretty silhouette here is our good friend, just friend, Betsy. She's my professional co-pilot. I think that this shouldn't be this dark, should it? As soon as we light this, there should be some glare up in the back, right? Maybe we can turn on some light. Will this help? Not really. I think it's too dark in the back. I think there should be some light. It doesn't need to be like a Christmas tree, but some light. Yeah, we're back to normal speed for now, because we are now approaching our top of descent. We are in the final leg, so we're about 20 minutes now, or actual 20 minutes to Lisbon, more or less.
Air Portugal 221 Heavy, Lisbon Center, identified.
So we're now going to get our clearance anytime now. So Bupi appears to be our first waypoint within Portuguese border. The weather is fine. I just looked outside. I no longer live in Lisbon though, so it doesn't really help, does it? I lived in Lisbon for most of my life, 46 years of my life. I lived in Lisbon. I don't know anything other than Lisbon itself. So it was kind of a shock to go out of Lisbon. Yeah, so this is our latest bug.
TLM 715, contact portal information approach 118.855. Contact portal information approach 118.855.
So I'm searching for like a hidden feature, like pressing and holding the status button. That's what apparently triggered it to change, but it's now yeah, it doesn't change. Yeah, so good news everyone, we got bugs. So let's bring up our approach chart now. We already know that we're within Portugal. We just need to follow the correct charts now. So Lisbon, we're gonna go for approach or arrival. It's gonna be same X 2 alpha right there. It's a hard-nav approach. So anybody familiar with Lisbon, they know that we're gonna do the little banana right here. See the banana here? Yeah, Mirsha, look at that. My upper ECAM was switched with the lower ECAM. And there's nothing I can do here to revert it back. So, yeah, runway 02, so we'll make like the little banana to runway 02. Since this is a big plane, I don't want to make that usual turn that I do to Nevad right off Ernil. So I usually get to Masek, and then when approaching Ernil, I ask for a direct to Nevad. I'll probably go down here to Zephy, because I want to have time. This is a big plane, remember. Maybe Relku, or after Ernil.
Expect to log 5 kilo, runway 28. Expect to log 5 kilo, runway 28, right now 60 air Golf.
Runway 28, it's probably Faro Airport, probably. I think I'll try to take the 340 to Madeira. I think so. But I need to check if the 340 has performance for Madeira. Because I don't think it does. If it can perform in Madeira, I mean the 330 can, but the 330 has 2 engines. The A340 has 4 leaf blowers, so not sure. Yeah, we're going for runway 02. So south approach, south to north. Apologies. First time I ever flew the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. First time ever. Just installed it and ran with it. I did Lisbon to Madeira. There was like a challenge on Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 landing an Airbus in Madeira, like a gamified challenge. And I flew from Lisbon to Madeira direct. I had nothing like Simbrief, not even the planes were. I think I flew the default 320 or 37, don't remember. I think it was a 320. And I nailed the landing, was super enthusiastic about it. My first flight ever, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. And then I tried that challenge and I failed miserably. I tried it over and over and over. So the same approach, same thing I've done from Lisbon to Madeira. Yeah, Mirsha, I'll think about it. I need to check the runway performance, see if the 340 can do it. I have my doubts, but maybe it can. Maybe it's here to surprise us. You saw how difficult it was to climb this plane out of Warsaw, so we shall see. We shall see indeed. Oh, event works. Nice. This controls the intake or output of this little vent here. That's cool. So you saw earlier there's the footrests. They call it tray pedals for some reason. There's the tray itself. Very slow. Hold on a second. Does this mean the time is... Maybe time is messed up. check the speed of this. Let's check the seconds here. 48, 49.
Ryanair 6 Air Golf, Alagi 5 kilo.
Yeah, it looks okay. It's just the animation that's slow for some reason.
Alagi 5 kilo, runway 28.
Doesn't need to be this slow. This tray actually is pretty quick. It needs to be quick in case you need to take controls. Guys, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and share this with your friends if you enjoy watching this. Again, if you want to help the channel, you can buy me a coffee via the link on the description as well as in the chat, and you even have a QR code in your upper right screen right now. So thank you for your support. If it's not by my good friend's support, I couldn't buy this plane for instance. So this aircraft cost me something like 65 euros to purchase. Of course, the donations don't cover every expense, but it does help. So if you guys are willing to lend a hand, donations will be very welcome. So we're about to, there it is. Alright, Lisbon gave us Samac 2 Alpha just what we wanted, runway 02. Let's accept the clearance.
Samac 2 Alpha, runway 02 Air Portugal 221 heavy.
Alright, so we're a bit close to the descent, so let's first of all call our passengers back to their seats. Let's bring our descent checklist. Descent checklist. MCD landing performance has been reviewed. TCAS below. I don't think we can set our TCAS for below F or above. Can we? I can't see it right now. I think, oh, there it is. It's above, so let's set to below. Nice. I didn't know that this knob was doing that. This is an old style TCAS, for me at least. Approach briefing. I'm not gonna talk to Betsy today. Nav aids as required and reviewed. So we do have nav aids to program just in case we can't do like a performance approach, managed performance approach. NTI is not required. EFI's set to constraints set. Barrel reference below the line. So descent checklist above the line complete. Let's call it in.
Air Portugal 221 heavy, ready for descent.
Air Portugal 221 heavy, Samac 2 Alpha, runway 02 descent to flight level 290.
Alright, that's good.
Samac 2 Alpha, runway 02 descent to flight level 290.
290.
Portugal 221 heavy.
Let's go manage descent for now. Actually, it's not managed, but open descent. Now this is managed. So the difference is this little ball here. Earlier I was on open descent, so the ball's off. You can select your altitude and it will descend openly. You can also go manual by moving the vertical speed knob, which we will do in a moment. Something wrong with this perspective. Can you see it? The horizon is moving. It's weird. I don't know what's going on here. Alright, we're starting our descent, so we are about halfway through Portugal, so mid-country. We're past Viseu. We're actually passing in more or less offset to the area where I live. So this is Viseu. This is not where I live. I live somewhere on the right, over here where my little hand is pointing out. But I actually live, but I lived 45, 46 years in Lisbon, so. Yes, thank you for pressing the like button and flying with us today. Nice going. Thank you, Mircha. We're approaching Lisbon. We are using real-time, real weather. Well, not real-time because we skip fast forward with about 1 hour fast forward in time, but you get the gist of it. We're using real time, real weather, real route, well, realistic routes. Doesn't necessarily need to do the exact routes. Pilots don't need to do the exact routes I did. In fact, there is no actual flight currently from TAP Portugal flying the A340 out of Warsaw, Poland. But there are many flights coming out of Warsaw, of course, and there are flights coming out of Warsaw to Lisbon, including, I believe, TAP Portugal. I think LOT flies out of Krakow, or what's the other airport? Mykonos. What's the other airport? Not Krakow. The other airport where it flies off directly to Lisbon. LOT Airlines. But I think to Warsaw only. I'm not sure. Only TAP Portugal flies direct to. At least I remember seeing a flight. Maybe it could be a summertime flight. I was going to show the outside, but it's a bit too dark to see. Maybe now you can see better. You can see the cabin here, the little green lights on the cabin. It's pretty cool. Look at that. Unfortunately, there's no seated passengers on this plane because it's Microsoft Marketplace aircraft, and apparently GSX requires a non-Microsoft Store installation. Don't ask me, ask them. I'm not sure why. So we're coming up on our assigned altitude, 2,900, 29,000, sorry, or flight level 290. You can see the flight progress on the top. Sometimes that doesn't work properly, but today seems to be working all right. You can see actually some data like the airspeed, altitude, and the expected arrival at 20:52 Zulu time. This is an estimate, of course. Never take that for granted. It's probably doable, I think. Yeah, 12. It's 38 now, 52. Yeah, probably 12, 15 minutes in. Maybe a little more than I expected. So guys, don't blame me for this error. This should be up here, and this should be down here. So it's switched sides. There's no way to revert it. I've tried it more than once, so before anybody asks, I did not do this. So the upper ECAM was switched with lower ECAM, and there's nothing in this plane to revert that back. So it's leveling to maintain optimal descent via the managed descent.
Air Portugal 1712, Lisbon Center, expecting 6 Charlie, runway 35.
Yeah, I left Warsaw, so there's Krakow and there's Katowice. I think LOT flies to and from Katowice, I believe. So it flies to Lisbon and to Madeira via Katowice. Maybe not LOT. No, I'm thinking about it. Misha, you probably understand that I don't memorize all flights. I think TAP Portugal flies from Lisbon to Warsaw, and I think LOT flies to either Krakow or Katowice. Not sure.
Contact Sevilla Center 118.275, Tomjet 753.
Air Portugal 221 Heavy, center flight level 080.
Centre flight level 080.
Flight level 080,
221
that's
heavy.
our final level for the approach phase, and then we'll get clearance for the ILS. Again, managed. We're still above performance, actually below performance, which is good for a descent. So we're now expecting to reach 8,000 feet near the coastline and then proceed south in that little banana shape you guys saw earlier. Let's go back to the charts. So here we are, we're just coming in. So we're going through this corridor here and then go through the banana, and after we pass Ernil, which is not what you usually do, we usually go past Mesok, request turn to Nivod. We're going to pass Masuk, pass Ernil, and then on after Ernil, before reaching Relke, we'll request a direct to Nivod. We've tried in the past to go request direct to PSEX, but it never allows us to do that. So if there's more traffic, then we'll probably just follow the full banana. And yes, I'm setting that straight for the record. Full banana on the approach. If Andrew was here, you would understand the full banana. So for the next stage, we're expecting passing 10,000 feet, we'll go descent checklist below the line. That's when we switch our barrel reference for local and set the local pressure, as well as seatbelt signs, landing lights, wing lights, the whole shebang. In the meantime, I usually turn on the seatbelt signs on the descent because, you know, it's not a critical phase of flight, but it is serious, and we like people to sit down so that the flight attendants can clear the tables, can also clear out the trash and put the trolleys back in the galleys. So for that, we prefer to have people back in their seats. When I say we prefer, that means we virtually prefer, me and Betsy. I'm not a real life pilot. I'm just a simmer, flight enthusiast, you name it. So, issues for today. GSX appears, well, at least GSX didn't make us float mid-air, so that was good. So GSX appears to be working okay-ish, but as you can see on your screen, my upper ECAM was switched with lower ECAM, and there's nothing in the world I can do to switch that back, no matter what I try. That's pretty much it. As for issues, not at least no major ones. That's just visual. GSX is still not perfect because we're missing seated passengers on the cabin. Oh, and I completely forgot, CPDLC is not working correctly, so it does get a reply via Beyond ATC, but it doesn't transmit back to ACARS for the plane. So it's like it never answers, but it did answer. We got a reply and we got a clearance to Lisbon, but it just didn't show up on the CDU, and it might be just a comms issue, could be, but it didn't work correctly. We did get the clearance, but we might as well do voice clearances because it's not working correctly. for now. Inibuild said they already sent an update, like a service update, but of course it's now in the hands of Asobo and Microsoft.
Air Portugal 6 for Sierra Mike. Contact Lisbon arrival 125.13.
That's not us.
Lisbon arrival 125.13. Air Portugal 6 for Sierra Mike.
You know the plane is old when you see stuff like this. So this used to be a chronometer here, I believe. I think it was a chronometer, like a watch. And they just left the whole. This is a speaker for the GPWS and all the other audio signals, but this one is a whole. This switch, it's not even labeled. I'm not gonna press it. Some planes have alternate law here. Is that it? And there's a label in there. It's just a GW. This it's just a GPWS warning. So here we are, and I'm going to pin the runway 02 ILS chart. So here we are, Cat 2, not today, but we'll still have it. Localizer and ILS. Sorry, this is for runway 20, so Cat 2, there it is, this one. Let's just brief the approach. So it's pretty standard approach, 3 degrees. We'll intercept glide slope at 4,000 feet. We'll of course intercept localizer first before reaching PSEX. So we'll intercept the localizer. Once there, we'll reach at 4,000 and then start our descent for the 3 degree nose down. This is a category, all categories actually. 530 barometer altitude for minimums. We'll set 200 radio altimeter. This is a question I got the other day. So why would you pick one or the other? Well, you have to remember that this is dependent on the on your set altitude pressure, while the other one is a radio altimeter. And if on your approach to Lisbon, you know there's going to be some buildings and some elevation on the ground, you might get a 200 feet clearance. That's either too high or too low, depends, because it's the radio altimeter of the plane reading the distance from the plane to the ground. So preferably, and I've talked to many pilots, and they preferably always use the decision height set for the barometric altitude, 530, because this varies a lot, especially on the approach. So it's an instant reading the plane does have, but it can be interfered with structures and all that. But in my point of view, if Flight Simulator is not really that affected that much, and if you do have an obstacle at 200 feet, then you will probably notice it at 530 barometric altitude as well. This is distance to the ground. This is to distance to the sea level, to the average sea level. So this one is more or less fixed. This one is very much oscillating all the way down. So this one is a little more stable. That's probably why pilots always choose this one. So yeah. So there's our little half banana. Let's go back to the arrival chart. So we can remove these two, and let's get Lisbon Airport ground information right here. And let's go back to pins. There it is. So beautiful Lisbon Airport used to have 2 runways. This is the remnant of runway 3517, 3517. It's been deactivated a long time ago because it was unaided and short. So, but I've seen with my own little eyes, I've seen A340s landing there. So it used to be a good runway. Now Lisbon only has one, 0220. Welcome back, Richard. Right on time for the approach. This is where we are. So coming back on Nated, then Mesuk, Ernil, and after Ernil we'll request a direct to Nevad. Sorry, after Relco. That I was after Ernil, before Relco, we'll request a turn to direct to Nevad. Still descending for 8,000 feet. Transition altitude in Lisbon is 4,000, so still flight level 080. That's Lisbon, a little cloudy. I wonder if the actual weather. Nothing serious, no rain. In fact, today was a very hot day in Portugal overall. Considering we are already in autumn, it's been warm days. Some very warm days. So guys, again, bugs found on this stream. My upper ECAM was switched with the lower ECAM. There's nothing I can do to switch back. Apologies. And CPDLC back in Warsaw was not working. At least it worked connecting to Beyond ETC. It worked receiving a clearance, but ACAR system on the plane was never updated. It's like the message didn't go through, but it did. Other than that, it's been quite uneventful. Oh, there's a map light here. I wonder if I switch the map light that we can see Betsy better. Nope. It's just switched. If this illuminates this area here, but Betsy's still in the dark. And still, yeah, I'm talking about you, Betsy. See, when are we going to get along? I mean, we're colleagues. We're partners.
Ryanair 6 Air Golf. Contact Tower approach 119.405. Contact Tower approach 119.405. Ryanair 6 Air Golf.
So the normal transition is through PSEX. That's the initial point for the ILS approach to runway 02. It's this little star here. And we should be at 4,000 feet. So that's why I want to come down from Relco and not immediately after Ernil or at Ernil, because I don't think I'll be able to descend 8,000 feet to 4,000 is such short notice, but we'll try. We'll try that. Look at that. That's Cascais Aerodrome. It's right next where I used to live, Cascais Aerodrome. Some people, my friends especially, they ask me if I miss Lisbon. Well, I miss... Whoa, whoa. I pressed the pedals. Sorry. I just pressed the pedals, sorry. My bad. Well, if you live your entire life in one place, you kind of have that love-hatred relationship. So, I both hate and love my hometown, where I grew up in. When I was there, I couldn't wait to get out of there, out of the confusion, the high prices and all that. But now that I left, I kind of miss it. There's too much brightness on this ground illumination, but it is what it is. Beautiful. Never gets old. I love flying, but I love this looking outside. I love the feeling of flying, that's what I'm trying to say. I love the feeling of flying, controlling the planes, but the view from above, it's just amazing. I mean, it's synthetic, it's artificial, it's man-made lights, but it's still beautiful. This is a little over the top. This needs to be a little dimmed down. I think Service Pack 4 for Flight Simulator 2024 corrects that, but it still looks amazing, even though we feel like it's a bit overwhelming. This is our plane, by the way, TAP Portugal A340-300, just in case you missed the takeoff or the initial phase, or walk around and all that. I really wanted the other paint job from the 1990s, the stripe TAP Portugal old school from the 1990s. I hope someone makes it in Flight Sim to you, because I really suck at making textures. Alright, so
Air Portugal 221 heavy, contact Lisbon arrival 125.13.
let's go to Lisbon arrival now.
Contact Lisbon arrival 125.13 Air Portugal 221 heavy.
Let's go.
Lisbon arrival, Air Portugal 221 heavy, flight level 145, we have Lean on board.
Air Portugal 221 heavy, Lisbon arrival, QNH 1015.
Alright.
ILS runway 02 with the
So we confirm the ILS to runway 02 via P6 transition. So remember, we need to be at 4,000 feet at P6. We can see there's some planes doing this circuit to approach, so yeah, we might need to extend our approach here. Let's not take a chance, because we might run the risk of merging with these two guys here. So a little longer than expected, but still. As soon as they reach P6, I'll request direct to Nivod. So Nivod is this point right here. It's actually the initial, well, not initial, but the if you want, the transition of the transition. So this is the actual transition point where we transit from approach to landing, and this is like the pre-waypoint. Every other SID will take us to Nivod. So it's like in the point in common with all the SIDs. So right now we are expected to reach 8,000 feet, but still a bit too high. So in order to speed that up, let's go to open descent, and let's not approach, sorry. Let's tell it to go down, sorry. Come on. There we go. It's going to descend a little faster, and at the same time we're going to reduce our speed to 180 so that we can have time to make all these turns. So we're just smoothing things up. Ah, come on. There we go. Let's go 180. 180, not 170. We're about to reach 10,000 feet. Let's get low. Get down a little faster. And in order to maintain this rate of descent, we're going to extend the speed brakes. Remember, boys and girls, if you have flaps on, no point in extending the speed brakes because they will not actuate correctly. Right, passing 10,000 feet, landing lights on. Descent checklist below 10,000, seatbelts are on, landing lights on, wing lights to on. Descent checklist complete. I'm going to switch back my track IR for your viewing pleasure. Let's line up, there we go. And we're turning to Relco. Let's see where those other planes are. Yeah, they're not visible here. I'm not going to take many chances, but let's try to request direct to... Oh, there they are. Yeah. Best not risk it. So we're 8,000 feet. So we're gonna go back to open. Sorry, managed. And we're gonna start adding flaps. So flaps 1, speed check flaps 1. So 1 is cleared. There's another clear to PASX. Alright, so now we're gonna request it. Direct fix.
Portugal 221 heavy, request direct to fix.
Let's try request a direct to PASX. Let's see what it says if we request a direct to PASX. There it is.
Request direct to PASX, Air Portugal 221 heavy.
It's not gonna let me. Yeah, see? But let's request...
Air Portugal 221 heavy, request direct to fix.
Nevod. Alright. P6. Nevod.
Request direct to Nevid, Air Portugal 221 heavy.
Oh, stop.
221 heavy, confirm direct to Nevid.
Affirmative.
Affirmative, Air Portugal 221 heavy.
Speed check flaps 2.
221 heavy, roger, clear direct to Nevid.
Clear direct to Nevid, Air Portugal
Alright.
221 heavy.
Air Portugal 221 heavy, descend to 3,000 feet, QNH 1016.
Descend to 3,000 feet, QNH 1016, Air Portugal 221 heavy.
Air Portugal 640 Air Mike, contact Lisbon Tower 118.105, have a good evening. Over to Tower 118.105, Air Portugal 640 Air Mike, bye bye.
Yes. So direct to Nevod. Here we go. So we didn't go full banana. And we're descending to 4,000 feet. And at some point it will just clear us to... It's actually saying 3,000 feet. It's a little low. Let's stay at 170 knots for now. Come on. What are you doing? So as soon as it gives me the clearance to P6, I'll just direct to P6 and we'll carry on from there. For now, let's start reducing our speed for the VAP, which is 135. So let's carry on reducing our airspeed, 140 for now. Thank you, Misha. Quite a cool night. So let's set our auto brakes to low. Arm our speed brakes. Speed check flaps 3. Well, not yet. Let's reduce speed a little more. 135 is our VAP. Speed check flaps 3. So on the modern Airbuses, you'll actually see the number, flap number. So 1, 2, 3, and full. But for some reason, it's only giving me the F for full. Or flaps, depends. Alright, let's turn on the approach. Still ways off, but we already have a Cat 3 single. We're descending below the optimal path, that's fine. We are an open descent for now. Let's go to our ILS 02. No, don't turn yet. Not bad, not bad. Shouldn't have armed localizer that's so soon. Because we're still not cleared direct to P6, see? We need to be careful with this. We're only clear for Nivud for now. So 1016 and cross-checked. Landing checklist, so IFIS as required, and the terrain on Copilot. Exterior lights are not on yet, but we will after the landing lights descend. Auto brakes are set, spoilers are armed, flaps set to landing. So you see the runway is offset now, but we still haven't got any clearance to direct to P6, so we need to allow things to be done in fashion and order. Altitude star, so we're at 3,000 feet and holding. Still don't have our gear down.
Air Portugal 221 heavy, 3 miles from pin 6, turn right, heading 055, maintain 3,000 feet until established on the final approach course, cleared ILS runway 02.
Here we go.
Turn right, heading 055, 3,000 feet until established, cleared ILS runway 02, Air Portugal 221 heavy.
There we go. Approach mode on. Landing system is set. Confirm ILS 119.10. We're at 12 nautical miles. India Lima, India. There's our little plane right there. Come on. Turn in. There we go. Nice. Smooth like a baby's butt. Hvor steg X med vind. So we're below the glide path. That's the way you want to do it. Nice, very nice. We can almost see the poppy lights there. So we're below the poppy lights. It's very optimistic. You can really see that far.
221 heavy, contact Lisbon Tower 118.105.
Going to tower.
Over to Tower 118.105 Air Portugal 221 Heavy. Have a good evening. Lisbon Tower, Air Portugal 221 Heavy, ILS runway 02.
Air Portugal 221 Heavy, Lisbon Tower, wind 325 at 9 runway 02 clear to land.
Clear to
Runway
land.
02 clear to land, Air Portugal 221 Heavy.
You're down. Glide slope intercepted. So GS star. Speed, glide slope localizer, looking good. Gear down 3 green. So landing checklists continues. Auto brakes are set. Spoilers are armed. Landing flaps. Flaps set to landing. Gear down 3 green. Nose wheel lights to take off and runway turn off to on. Landing checklist complete. Oh, landing memo, no blue. So here we go. Approaching Lisbon. Let's look outside for the final moment. Amazing. Amazing. Let me take a picture here real quick. Oh wow. Took a picture here. Alright guys, autopilot off. Let's see if we can do this. No. Ah, there it is.
2000.
2000 check. Let's see if I can nail this once and for all. Got a wind from the left. Auto marker. Yeah, the wind's pulling me to the left. Gotta add a little rudder. Not too much. Just enough. Little too
All aircraft be advised, information right now current, QNH 1016.
1016, copy.
1000.
1000 check. Little low. Don't wait for the glide slope, just go after it.
$500.
500 check.
400.
Land.
100 above. 100 above.
Middle marker.
2 minimum.
Continue.
100, 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20 tard, 10.
Nice. Reverse. No reverse. No need anyway. Very nice. Something's not right. I can't activate reverse.
Exit right at uniform 5.
Exit right
Auto
at
brake
uniform
off.
5 Air Portugal 221 heavy.
It said uniform 4. Oh, uniform 5, so it should be that one over there. I will go here through, not uniform, but Hotel 4. Nice. Start APU.
Heavy. Contact ground 121.755. Have a good evening.
Ground 121.755 Air Portugal 221 heavy. Bye bye. Air Portugal 221 heavy.
Alright.
Request taxi to
After
Saint
landing checklist.
Air Portugal 221 heavy. Ground 503 taxi.
Landing lights off, tax, nose wheel to taxi. Flaps set up.
503 via Hotel 4 uniform 4 uniform. Uniform 3 Juliet. Air Portugal 221 heavy.
Spoilers retracted. Come on. There we go. Retractor and disarmed. Weather radar off. Predictive wind shear to off. TCAS. Let's leave it at that. Terrain to off. APU is already on. Wing NTI is not required. Engine NTI is not required. APU bleed when available. Set. So let's go through Hotel 4, then uniform. Oops, it's that way. My bad. I'll go through there. All right. So taxi checklist. After landing checklist above the line, complete. Yeah, I should have turned back there. My bad. I'll get there. I'll get there. Worry not. Through here. So this is no longer a runway, but you can see the remnants of what used to be a runway. So we'll not go to a gate, we'll go to a stand. So now a left turn here. One of those so now, not in this one, but in this one. Yep, this one right here, a right-hand turn. And then right here. Right next to that beautiful A330, I believe. If not immediately next to it, I think it is. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's it. So that will be gate 503. So this is 504. There's 503 right there. And I don't see any ground handling equipment, so probably an issue. Let's confirm here with the GSX menu, because I think it didn't load properly. Yeah, see? It's messed up. Menu not available, so it didn't load correctly, so. Oh, there's a catering, not a catering, but luggage. Oh, there's a stairway, so maybe it did load. Alright, we no longer need this. This is a big plane. To the left. Apparently the safe gate is not, oh there it is. A340. Little to the right. Now to the left. Now to the right again. Let's brake. Stop. Alright, alright, alright. Parking brake set. Engine bleeds are in. So let's turn off these lights. This is a co-pilot's job, by the way. Let's turn off beacon. My bad. And let's turn off the engines. 1, 4, 3, 2, because I like it.
The boarding requested.
Set to seatbelts off. And let's turn on dome lights so we can have proper lighting here. So here comes the stairs, operated by ground force. Parking checklist. Parking brakes are set. Nav aids to off. Come on, Betsy, you can do it on your side. Look at that. 1, 2, 3 Ryan airplanes. This should be on that gate over there, but some way, somehow, turn off constraints. FC reset, so we do it like this. We set 100, 100.
Passengers bus is coming.
So 3,000, okay. Should be 10,000. Alright. Flight director 1 and 2 are already off. ND ARC10 done. NTI is not turned on. So APU available engine masters are off. Fuel pumps to off. Beacon is off. Seatbelt signs are off. External power not yet available. Let's see. Call mechanic. There it is.
Passengers deboarding
1 and 2. External power is on. Transponder to off. There's another little bug we found. Cockpit door to open. There's no passenger simulation. We'll just do it by the book. Parking checklist complete. Now let's proceed to the securing the aircraft checklist. So parking brake is on. ADIRS set to off. APU bleed to off. APU master to off. Dome light is already on. Display brightness to minimum not required. Integrated and floodlights not required. APU master is off. Emergency exit lights to off. No smoking portable. Well, no smoking. Let's leave it on. Let's leave it off. External lights to off. Especially the wing light should be off. Cruise supply to off. Dome light. Let's leave it on. And batteries to off. Securing the aircraft checklist complete. And guys, welcome to Lisbon. Here's Betsy in her full glory. My hometown, Lisbon Airport. Oh, we forgot to check something. Check the wheel temperature. Yeah, well, let's turn on brake fan just for the safety. This has been, oh, sorry about that. This has been a very pleasant flight. The minor issues that I found, I mean, there are issues, they'll be addressed for sure, but nothing that we could call game-breaking or something like that. I enjoyed this flight today. I didn't really enjoy the previous flight, so you can ask these people, they all enjoyed it. I mean, look at that, they all look fun. They're fine. Let's just take a look at our wheels here, because I don't think that the brake fans are, if they're working, there's no sound to them. Yeah, they are working, but they don't have any sound. Well, it's all right. But you can see the little fan spinning. All right, guys, this has been a very pleasant flight, I think. I thank everybody that pressed the like and subscribe till this day. I also would thank everybody that has helped me with donations, especially my good friend Richard here on the chat. Thank you once more, Richard, for your kind donation. This plane was purchased with the help of your donations, so everybody that has contributed over time has helped me purchase the Inibuilds A340. I do not have like freebies, but sometimes I do have some partnerships like I had with the iFly 737, but not this plane here. And it's only possible because of my kind donors in Buy Me a Coffee. So guys, to all of you, thank you. To all those that subscribed, all those that share this with their friends, also a big thank you. You are the guys you are the ones that helped this channel to carry on. Remember, I'm non-profit. I cannot monetize my channel just yet, so anything that you guys do to help me get noted is very good. Subscribe, chat, join us in this chat screen here, and remember to share with your friends again. So I'm repeating myself, I'm sorry. If you guys want to help, there's a Buy Me a Coffee in the link in the description below. There's also the QR code on your upper right screen, and on the chat there's also a pinned message with the link if you wish. One more time, thank you so much for coming. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. I love when the flight goes well, unlike the previous flight, unfortunately. So thank you all for coming. I hope to see you next time. And yeah, it's been great. Thank you. Have a good one. Bye. Oh, and I have to thank Mirsha and Richard, AMC, and Tia Geeks. And who else? Who else came? Someone else came, didn't it? Maybe not. Maybe I'm seeing things, but I could swear. Oh well, of course, Dinesh, LPCB, Plane Spotting. Thank you all for coming tonight, and again, hope you guys have a nice week. Bye bye.
Ready to taxi to the active. Air Portugal 075 Heavy, runway 02 taxi via Juliet, Mike 3, Mike 4 Delta, November 2. Runway 02 taxi via Juliet, Mike 3, Mike 4 Delta, November 2, Air Portugal 075 Heavy.
love to fly up in the sky. Through the clouds I reach so high, climbing up to touch the light. Adventure calls me day and night. The wind, it sings a melody, guiding where I long to be.
Passengers bus is coming.
I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the dreams begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the light. The stars above begin to shine, painting trails so bright and fine. Every turn brings something new, endless skies in brilliant blue. The wind, it sings a melody, guiding where I long to be. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the dreams begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the light. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the drums begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the light.